Tonight Show with mccandless. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, how you doing tonight? Woo! Yeah, it's
Great.
Yeah.
Excited.
Woo. We got many exciting guests for you tonight. We got Henry David Thoreau. We got Jay Gatsby, and we got Socrates in the house.
Woo!
Our first guest for tonight, Henry David Thoreau. Give it up for him.
Henry David Thoreau.
How you doing?
Woo!
What's up? Come on in. How you doing tonight, Mr. Thoreau?
I'm doing well, Chris, but please call me David.
All right, David. The audience was just wondering if you could give them a little background about yourself.
Let's see. I was born in Concord, Massachusetts, where as a child I became really in connect with nature. I was always outside in the woods. We actually lived in the woods, my family and I. I began to really appreciate it, and I think that's what led to me to become a naturalist.
So besides a naturalist, do you do anything other than that?
Well, I've done many things in life, and I've been called many things as well. I've been a diplomatic critic, a surveyor, a historian, a philosopher, and I've also been a pretty good poet. People tend to call me a transcendentalist, and I dwell on that, and it allows me to create really good books, such as a book I wrote called Walden.
No, could you tell us about Walden?
My book Walden is a reflection upon simple living. Simple living meaning living freely with less government involvement and with your natural surroundings.
So would you say the best government is no government at all?
Actually, I have quoted that before, Chris. Yeah. I've quoted that before. That, I just think that with less government, you can choose to live your life freely. And when you live your life freely, you're really succeeding in the notion of God to do what you want and be your own person.
I completely agree with that. I went out on a trip to Alaska with nothing, just me and nature. How do you feel about nature?
I think that what you did going to Alaska was, I envy you because I'm sure you took the time while you were out there to get connected with nature. And I love nature. I'm a naturalist.
Is that why you're touching the plant?
I love plants. They love me. I love all nature, and all nature loves me, especially the bugs.
That's a weird relationship.
I think it's good, I think it keeps me happy.
So would you say that nature is able to live freely with no restrictions? Do you think we should do the same?
That's exactly how I feel, Chris. I'm glad you mentioned that. Nature doesn't have a government besides God, and God lets you do what you want. I think our only government we need is God. That's what should control us in our actions, is our faith in God and nature, since nature is the closest thing to God.
That's very interesting. Well, thank you for coming on the show.
Oh, thank you,
tonight,
David.
David Thoreau. All right, our next guest is going to be Jay Gatsby. All right, our next guest on the Late Show with Chris McCandless, millionaire Jay Gatsby. Wow, making it rain.
Yeah.
How you doing,
Shout out to Daisy.
Is that your girl?
Yeah, it's my girl.
That's nice. So, see you're flaunting your money pretty extravagantly there, Mr. Gatsby. Yes. Would you say material possessions are very important to you?
Well, of course they are. They would make my life because money is status, and that's what everybody needs to to live their life happily.
Okay, Jay Gatsby, I mean, I completely disagree with that, but... Alright, so, heard you got a new pool in your backyard.
Yes, I definitely do. It has a water slide and jacuzzi,
Oh.
even a grotto. You want to stop by?
No thanks, that's a little over the top for me. So,
You're lost.
would you say you're living the American dream?
I am the American dream. I have money, cars, clothes, women. Shout out to Daisy. So, yeah, it's the life.
Oh, wow, that's unreal. So what's that you got?
Oh,
What's that you got down there?
you mean this? Well,
Wow.
it is.
Is that a gold $100 bill?
Yeah. I'm the only person who has it because I'm rich.
How much did you pay for that?
Well, just $100.
For a $100 for a gold $100 bill? That's pretty good.
Yeah,
It's a pretty good deal.
yeah.
So I mean, I just think that's, I don't know why you need to have all that. There's starving people all over the world. You could feed them with
I
that.
don't care
gold.
about starving children.
You-
They could just try to get their own money and own food.
Wow, that's very selfish.
Well, like I care what you think too.
You know what? It's just, I don't think you should be on here anymore.
Well, why don't you just get yourself some food and pay for some better clothes?
Did you just throw your money at me?
Ooh.
Did you just throw this at me?
Yeah.
Let me go
What are you
outside.
gonna do about
I'm gonna
it?
go outside and burn this money.
What?
That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I hope you die in your pool. And I hope you die in your pool. Alright. Our next and final guest for this evening, the great thinker, Socrates. Yeah, alright.
Thanks for having me.
Glad to have you, Socrates. So I was looking at your student Plato's Facebook, and I noticed he mentioned you as his teacher. So, what kind of things did you teach Plato?
As a philosopher, I don't believe that I can teach any knowledge because I prefer to guide my students into what they think they believe is right, what they believe is real, what they think is important for themselves.
Okay. I agree with that. I mean, I went to school and my teachers just loaded me up with a bunch of crap.
Oh.
So, I mean, I learned everything I need to know on my journey to Alaska. Like, don't eat potato seeds, you don't know what they are, or you will die.
Lesson learned.
Yes, indeed, lesson learned. So, one of the audience members was wondering, what are your thoughts on reality?
Good question. I believe that the world perceived through our senses is only a poor copy of what the real world is. I think that you can only understand the world intellectually through what you think and not superficially.
That's very interesting.
You know, I'm not surprised I didn't learn anything important in school because, as I said in my allegory of the cave, that the power and capacity of learning already exists in the soul.
You are so right. You hit the nail right on the head there.
Thank you.
Well, that's going to be the end of our show. Give it up for our musical guest, Taylor Swift.
He's a school editor, I'm a predator. He eats cheese and I eat arteries. I'm dreaming about the day when he'll stop running away and he'll see what's underneath, looking past my razor teeth. If he could be with me and feel the way that I feel, I promise he will not be my next meal. There's more to me, but to him I